Hey, Dream Drivers, welcome to episode 152 of the Dreams and Drive podcast. And I am sorry. I know you guys are probably like, why wasn't there an episode that came out on Monday? But as you know, over the weekend, Sunday, May 20th, I turned 27 and I just had a really good weekend. I was not in the mood to edit a podcast episode. I know I'm really big on being consistent every week, but I was like, you know what? This is my show and I could break the rules and I'm going to bend the rules a little bit. But I missed putting out a show and I missed hearing from you guys. So I said I'm definitely going to get one up by the middle of the week. So thank you for tuning in today. My birthday. So what did I do the year of 27? It's so crazy because I still feel like I can remember turning 4. If you follow me on social media, on my personal handle at RainshineLuv, RainshineLuv, you'll see I posted a photo of me when I was turning 4. And I feel like I still remember what it was like to be a young child and to be curious and to be excited about that. So for me to turn 27, it's just like, I'm getting older, but I definitely am excited for what this year is going to bring. So what did I do? So my friends are the best and they surprised me. We went out to brunch and then we went to the Sojo Spa Club in Edgewater, New Jersey. And if you guys are looking for a really nice place that's just really relaxing, a great place to go with your friends or take your boo, whatever, it's right in Edgewater and it's like a four-floor spa. I don't even know. It's just really, really big. And they have an infinity pool on the rooftop. So it's really cool. So when the sun is setting, you can see the New York City skyline. And so overall, it was just a really good day. It was relaxing to just not have to think about anything. And then on Monday night, I had a first. I was asked to speak at my high school, Dwight Englewood in Englewood, New Jersey. They have an annual fundraiser for financial aid, and the admissions officer, Sharonda Oliver Brown, she asked that I speak at the ceremony, and I was so nervous. I think for like 2-3 weeks I was planning this speech and I just had the biggest writer's block. When I tell you I went up there and I just told myself, you know what? I'm going to pretend this is a podcast episode. I made an outline. I didn't even write the full speech out just because I couldn't. Like, I literally could not come up with the words. But the theme that I chose, I told myself, you know what? In these situations where you don't feel like you can do it, stick to something you know in a format that you know. So I chose a theme. I called the talk Dreams and Legacy. I outlined it and I just took it from there. And I really just spoke to my story because financial aid has played a huge part of my success. If there were not financial funds available for someone like me that needed it, I would not have been able to go to Dwight Englewood in 7th grade. And that path that I took, it set me on this trajectory in my life that I really think has set me up for success and allowed me to have a lot of opportunities. So I was really happy to give back and to share my story and to hopefully inspire the people in the room to give as well. So here are some reminders before we get into today's episode. It's going to be really short, guys, but I wanted you guys to hear from me. I wanted to give you some updates. Remember, for my birthday week, I am holding a huge sale on everything in the Dreams and Drive shop. So t-shirts, crew necks, hoodies, and our templates are all on sale. So if you want to take advantage of that sale, just go to dreamsanddrive.com/shop. That's dreamsanddrive.com/shop. And please, guys, get some gear. I really do appreciate it. Right now, I am not really running ads. So you purchasing gear has really helped with just being able to support the show and doing some extra things that I have planned for this summer. And also, thank you to everybody who is taking our listener survey. We've had over 30 responses, and I am really, really reading each of those responses individually, all the feedback you're giving about what the show means to you, what you're getting out of it, and also your feedback for me on how you think I can take the show to the next level is very, very much appreciated. A lot of you guys have been saying you want me to do a podcast tour. So maybe something like that will happen this summer. You know, I never know. And then you also want me to do some more video content, which I am working on. So stay tuned for that. The listener survey is still open, so if you want to take it, just go to dreamsanddrive.com/survey. That's dreamsanddrive.com/survey. And remember, at the end of this week, too, is when I'm going to close that survey, and I'm going to choose a few people to win some Dreams and Drive gear. So either shop some gear or do the survey and enter to win some gear. Okay, guys? And also remember, our giveaway of the book, The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish, is still going on. If you want to enter for that, just go to dreamsanddrive.com/win. All right. So today I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about the advice I have for myself for my 27th year. And I also want to talk about this idea of naive possibility. But first off, I want to start with the message I keep telling you guys week after week after week is why you cannot give up, because you never know who you're inspiring. You never know. So today I got a message from my cousin / family friend. I'm calling my cousin, but he's really a family friend. My mom and his mom went to school together and have been friends for a long, long time. So anyway, today Dondre sent me a message, and it just really made me so happy. So I'll give you guys a backstory. A few weeks ago, he sent me a message and said he was in the gym and he saw someone listening to Dreams and Drive, and he lives all the way in Los Angeles. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. And so today he sent me a message and said, I meant to tell you, I play Dreams and Drive while I drive Lyft, and my passengers always compliment the podcast content and sound quality. That is so crazy to me, because you never know like who's out there rooting for you and who's out there spreading your message. And it was also a reminder to me that what I'm building has an impact that goes beyond me. So I was like, oh my gosh, really? They don't get tired of it with the question mark? And he said, never, especially the Jennifer Lewis one and the one with Dr. Bristol. Your message is spreading to places that you've never even been. I've never been to California. I've never been, to Los Angeles, but there are people out there who are experiencing the message, who are being my advocates. And I want you guys to know that there's someone out there doing the same thing for you. So the next time you feel like giving up, remember that. So I asked people, I think last week, to send in some suggestions for, what I could talk about for this week's solo episode. And this one is coming from Shalene. She was saying, maybe you can talk about the advice you have for yourself for your 27th birthday. And the first thing that came to mind was this idea of stop playing small, Raina. And I talked about this recently on season 2, episode 2 of the Plot Twist podcast, where Daniel Coronado invited me on. And I really feel like sometimes I play small. A lot of times as dream drivers, we have these dreams, but we don't necessarily always make our dreams as big as they can. Or sometimes we stay in our comfort zone. We may reach a point where we're kind of just going with the flow. And I think in year 27 for myself, I want to start playing bigger. I want to stop holding myself back in some ways, stop having this fear of success in a way, and really go hard, because I know if I go really hard on something, I know I can succeed. I've done it academically, right? Like I got to freaking Princeton. So I know that I have this go hard, you could kill it mentality. But sometimes I think when it comes to my goal, my overall vision, how big it could possibly get scares me. But I remember someone, I don't remember who said this, but I remember someone was like, but it hasn't happened yet. So it's not even like I'm over here fearing of what could happen, but it hasn't happened. You have to remember that every time you doubt your ability, you're stopping yourself from achieving greatness. So one of the things that I want to do with this stop playing small is to start setting bigger goals. Think about the goals you have for yourself. Are they comfortable goals, or are they big goals? And you have to ask yourself, why are you choosing the comfortable route versus having these big, audacious goals? So that's my goal to myself. That's my advice for myself. I want to, by the end of the year, I just passed the 500,000 download mark for the podcast. That took me almost 2.5 years to achieve. So I want to say, you know what? By the end of the year, I want to have 1 million downloads. That would be a great goal for me. 500,000 in 6 months. Can I do it? I most certainly can. How am I going to do it? I don't know yet, but I'm going to make a way. And I think when we have these big goals, that's how we really push ourselves. You have to have the sun. Aim for the sun. The moon is bright, but the sun is brighter, guys. The sun is brighter. And if you feel like you have no goals, I encourage you to sit down today and really map it out and get really specific. Why is it that you feel like you are struggling with defining goals for yourself? And it might mean you have to do some digging internally. You might have to make this a longer process. But I think if you have no goals, if you have no vision for your life, if you have nothing that you're aspiring to, that can be a very soulless life. You can feel very unfulfilled. So I encourage everyone today to think about one really big goal you can make by the end of the year, right? And at the same time with that big goal, you also have to figure out, so now how am I going to create a system so that I can measure it? So maybe for me, it's I have to check my stats on my podcast monthly, check them daily, check them weekly, but I have to be keeping myself accountable to this and making sure I'm fueling the system so that I can reach the goal. So I have to think about what are new ways that I can get new listeners? What are new ways that I can do more co-marketing with other podcasters? What are ways that I can really grow that audience so that I can hit that big, audacious goal of mine? So the second thing I want to talk about today is this idea of naive possibility. And it was a topic that I actually had scheduled originally for this minisode, but it really I was reminded of it today when I had an interview earlier with a future guest that you'll hear in the show in June, Jessica Spalding of Harlem's Chocolate Factory. And she was just talking about how, early on in her career as a chocolatier, she was making chocolates and just giving them away for free at all these events and really validating her idea, and people loved her. And she just had this goal that she was going to make it. She had this dream, this vision that she was going to make it. Her business was going to pop off and Oprah was going to be calling for her, all these people, but she was not charging anything and she was not actually building a business. She didn't really have the business wherewithal to understand how to make that happen, but she still was out here and she had this really, really big goal. She was practicing naive possibility. And sometimes even when the naive possibility is so naive and it doesn't really work out because you don't have the systems in place, I think that energy and I think that belief that you store in yourself during those times is so, so important. Sometimes you have to go after things with this, I don't know how I'm going to get it done, but it's going to happen. Or you just have to believe and kind of be crazy. Have you ever seen someone who just goes really hard and is just so passionate about their dreams? That naive possibility, that energy can really fuel you in ways that you'll never know. And sometimes you may not make it. Sometimes all that energy may result in a quote unquote failure, but is it really a failure? And you'll hear it from Jessica, but for her, it just laid the foundation for what was going to come next. Naive possibility. Remember that. I know there are a lot of things that I've done and haven't really thought through it all, because I think if I thought through it too much, I may not have done it, right? Even with starting a podcast, I never thought about, but what if it failed? I really thought about, but how is it going to succeed? And I know it can. And I know that there will be people out there who will listen to it. And I think that energy really, really help fuel me. So at times you have to just cast out all the what ifs and what I don't have and this isn't going to work. And you have to just tell yourself, this is going to work. And my idea is the best idea in the world and nothing is going to stop me. And I'm telling you, even if you get stopped, you won't be stopped. And the people who understand what I meant by that will understand what I mean by that. Even if you get stopped, you won't be stopped. Even if you get stopped, you can't be stopped. Even if you are stopped, you'll never stop. That's all I really want to talk about today. This is going to be a really, really chill episode. I think taking breaks, self-care is important. I really could just not get out a full edited interview. And sometimes it's just fun to just be able to sit back and relax and just have conversations that are more free flowing and just real with things that are going on in my life right now. One thing that was really cool this week is thanks to Mazda. I am driving a 2018 Mazda 3 Grand Touring. If you guys follow me on social media over the past few years, you know I have a relationship where I'm able to have cars and test them out and review. So it's been really fun driving the Mazda 3. I love, love, love small, sporty cars. And it's rich navy blue, and I love blue, that color. What I like about the car, I think it's great on gas. It's small and sporty. Like, you look so cute in it. It's also really great acceleration on the highway. I'm a big highway driver, so I need to be able to get on the highway really quickly. And there's a lot of leg space in the front. So if you're someone who's taller, although the car is small, you definitely can fit in it. And as somebody who does a lot of talking in the car, so Bluetooth, all that stuff, it was really, really nice to drive it. And the speakers, I'm telling you, were really good. Listening to podcasts in the car is just so fun. I love the controls or Mazda. So I've driven a lot of different Mazdas, the Mazda 5, Mazda 3, the CX-3 or CX-5, whatever that is. And I just love the whole dashboard setup, and it's very colorful. It's very easy to use. So if you're somebody who has a lot of technology and has to make sure everything is integrated, Mazdas are really perfect for that. So check out the rest of my Instagram stories for the rest of the week, Instagram posts. I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff there. So last reminder is, my advice to my 27-year-old self this year is to stop playing small. I want to be an example to everyone listening in that you can have these big goals and you can achieve them. And sometimes it's not fear of failure that keeps us back, but sometimes it really is that fear of success. And last but not least, remember, naive possibility is good, and naive possibility creates an energy that makes you unstoppable. And even if you get stopped, you won't stop. You'll learn, but you're going to keep going. And that's what I want you guys to remember. As always, if you love this episode, if you feel like it resonated with you in some way, please share it with a friend. You can tag us on social. We are Dreams and Drive across the board on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Make sure you're using the hashtag Dreams and Drive as well. I am so thankful to people who have been leaving reviews. So I think from the last time I asked people to leave reviews, we had 2 new reviews. This one is coming from Nay253. She says, down to earth and inspiring. Thank you for your podcast. They are so perfect for young professionals. I have yet to listen to one that did not inspire me in one way or another. The guests are always on point too, hoping to catch up on all the episodes in this next month. And this next one is coming from Woodline Dorson. And she's saying, worth tuning into, and both people left 5 stars. Woodland says, I'm so happy to have found an awesome podcast. Each time I listen to Raina, and even the guests she has on her show just keeps me inspired. Such a great thing to have and actually hear about the dreams and drive of women of color living and actively doing their passion. Love this. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to hear your review on the next episode, you have to leave one. So please go to Apple Podcasts, click rate and review, leave however many stars you want to leave me, but write something. This stuff really helps. It just helps other people know what they can expect from the show, and I really do appreciate it. The reminders, our Dreams and Drive sale is going on, reduced prices on everything in the Dreams and Drive shop. Just go to dreamsanddrive.com/shop. If you have not taken our listener survey and want the opportunity to be able to win some gear, just go to dreamsanddrive.com/survey. And then last but not least, if you want to enter to win a copy of Tiffany Haddish's book, The Last Black Unicorn, I'm reading it right now and it is hilarious. Just go to dreamsanddrive.com/win. All right, guys, keep dreaming, keep driving, and you are going to hear from our next guest in episode 153. I won't tell you who it is, but I'm telling you, you're going to like it. All right, bye.